Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
We want to thank our sponsor, Frost Giants Games, for making this show possible. Frost Giants Games is Wisconsin's game store of choice for board games, Magic the Gathering, and other card games. Check them out at www.frostgiantgames.com. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dalton here from TCG Buzz, here with Jacob.
Yo, I'm excited about this one.
Oh, I am too. We're bringing you episode 17, or whatever it's supposed to be. Our numbering system's a little janked up right now, so
17, I swear.
17, 18, 35, who knows?
It's the good one.
We're bringing you something, though. We're bringing you something a little bit new. I want to try to do this for the rest of the Buddyfight sets.
The rest? There's a limited number? Oh, no?
The rest, as in
Forever.
future, forever and ever, until we die. And then my kid can pick it up, and then you're
Get on with it,
Okay,
man.
okay. We're going to be talking about decks that get a little bit of boost and new decks coming from Shine, Super Dragon, or is it Super Sun Dragon? I forget what the name.
Now I got it. Damn it, I thought we were prepared, man.
Me too.
Shine Super Sun Dragon.
I knew I forgot a word.
It's the next booster set for Buddyfight. It's releasing December 23rd, 2016. That's going to date this video. I don't care. There are 118 cards in the set, blah, 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 numbers, who cares? We're going to go over some of the fun stuff in the set for each world and some of the new archetypes, some of the old stuff that's getting support, and just some standout great cards and some standout bad cards.
Well, you are going to bring up the bad cards.
Absolutely.
And the good cards.
I have a few cards I want to rip into.
Rip into, not rip?
No rest in peace for them.
Oh, okay.
No peace.
Okay. So let's start off with Darkness Dragon World, since someone's wearing a Darkness Dragon World shirt.
Like this video if you like my Darkness Dragon World shirt. I got it from Bushi Road. There we go. And
shirts, Bushi.
Dislike this video if you're a Star Dragon World pleb.
No, that's Jackknife World. Remember, get it right.
So Darkness Dragon World, this is one of my favorite worlds. And thankfully for me, most of the support is Black Dragon stuff.
Yes.
And you play a Black Dragon deck, a deck.
Spectral Strike.
Spectral Strike, yeah. And you have a Void deck as well, right?
That is my Spectral Strike.
Oh, right. You fused the two together. I forgot.
They are combined as one.
And I play your Mill Dragon deck.
Mm-hmm.
But with the new Black Dragon support, I don't think milling will be the focus of my deck. Dalton and I were looking at cards together yesterday, kind of figuring out what we wanted to talk about. And I think I know what I'm doing for my Black Dragon deck now, because it's in need of an update, and there are some fun things to update it with.
Well, the thing is, Black Dragon's always had a struggle with Gauge. They kind of solved that with Death Gauge Timer and, what's the rune called?
Darkness Rune?
Yeah, Darkness Rune. There it is. I forgot it was Darkness Rune.
And then we have their other issue was Draw Power.
Draw Power,
which was the issue I really had. Like Draw Power with Gauge, I got it pretty balanced, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But once I hit mid game and started running out of cards, the deck was done.
Well, you do like milling.
But I'm going to bring up a key card right now because my deck, I think I'm going to experiment with it. Instead of just throwing in one or two new cards and upgrading it, I think I'm going to revamp it into a deck based off of one of my favorite mechanics from the game, set spells.
Don't worry, you have Baku with you.
Yes. We'll build it together, and once we have it done, once we get our stuff, we'll do a deck profile for it because it's going to be fun. And there are going to be two main cards in it, besides the monsters, because we're getting a new Abigail. We're getting actually two new Abigails.
Yes, two new Abigails.
Which are good.
One monster, one impact monster.
They're good. Not going to go over them. They're good. You should know that. We're getting Darkness Dragon World Dragon Force. That's also going to be good.
Oh my god, it's final.
But there are two big cards I want to talk about. The first one is a set spell called Obituary. Its cast cost is a gauge. It's all right. The ability of this card cannot be nullified. That's wonderful, especially against the matchup against Stars, which was kind of a weak matchup for Black Dragons.
It was a thing.
When this card is set, if there is a Black Dragon sorry, I'm already screwing up, Dalton. Whew. A Black Dragon in your drop zone, draw a card. That is so easy to get off.
Wait, did you just say draw a card?
Yes. You're technically not gaining cards in your hand, right?
It's a refresh.
It's a refresh for a gauge. At that point, it would probably be on the bad spectrum of cards, but it's got another ability. When this card is put from your field to your drop zone, your opponent discards a card from his or her hand.
So basically, it's a bonus.
It's a bonus. But what if I told you there was more?
Wait, there's more?
Not another ability, but its attribute is really important. It's a Black Dragon, which we hadn't really gotten any spells before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe we got any spells that were Black Dragons. Almost
Black Dragon Shield.
Correct. I guess I was corrected.
You are.
But we've never. I don't believe we've ever gotten a set spell that was actual Black Dragon. Actually, I think we had one recently.
Gate of Darkness Dragon, I believe, is 100 demons. No, it's summon. Never mind. I thought it was Black Dragons.
More
summon.
recent than that. Anyways.
Yes. Let's get past that.
It looks like these set spells that are all Black Dragons are going to be a real focus. And the idea I have is to constantly recycle Obituary and kill it again to force them to keep discarding cards.
Yes.
But how are we going to recycle that card?
I don't know. I believe you have another card pulled up there, right?
Yes, I do.
That
I do.
Really helps with that.
This one's a dual world card between Legend World and Darkness Dragon World. And,
those Legend World.
And I gotta say, guys, I gotta say, this is one of the best dual cards I've seen. Not because it's one of the most OP broken cards ever, but it fits both worlds so well.
Yes.
Cast cost. Pay 1 gauge. It is not a counter. Boo, but oh well. Destroy an opponent's size 2 or less monster. Then you may cast a spell with set from your drop zone by paying its cast cost.
You do realize if it had a counter, it'd be another triple rare Darkness Dragon World spell, right?
Yeah, and we don't need more of those.
Hey, it would make it 3.
It is phenomenal, though.
Oh, yes.
It's pay a gauge, kill a size 2. You've got Death Grip, which does the same thing, but Death Grip is a counter. So in exchange for losing your counter, you gain the ability to revive a set spell, which in most decks I'd say was not a very good trade-off. But if I build this deck right, it'll be great.
I mean, we build this deck right.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be a fantastic deck. It might jump up from, what tier is it in right now?
Probably tier 2.
2? Probably into 1.5 or 1 even. At least I see the potential for that 1.51.
Especially with the fact that you can drop your opponent's hand size. It really helps with your hand size. If both players' hand sizes are small, you're not at a disadvantage.
Yes.
But also you can gain draw power off of it using Obituary. And some of your other spells. And some of the monsters now have abilities where if you destroy a Black Dragon, I don't believe limited to a monster, you can draw.
Exactly. It's beautiful. And the fact that a lot of the new Black Dragons coming out and some of the past ones no longer specify monster. Am I correct?
Yes. And it's overall good stuff. Plus, they've got some good backup weapons for your Dragon Force. Dragon Force really won't be the focus of my deck, but it will be there because it's still great. But there's one other card I really want to call attention to. And
one more card? Man, we can't be having 3 cards per world, man. Jeez.
But this one's special because it's not a Black Dragon.
Is it a Black Knight?
It is. There's very little Black Knight support. There's almost nothing for anything besides those 2, as far as I know. Maybe some of these spells can be
support.
Black Knight support. Christian is very happy. And it's a new Grottos.
Oh, you're going with that card, huh?
Yeah, that's the one I picked. It's a size 3 Grottos, so it's actually a size bigger than the previous Grottos. 9,000.
Not always better, guys. Remember that.
9,000 power, 3 crit, 4,000 defense. Pay 3 gauge and put 1 or more Black Knight from your field into this card's soul. And put up to 4 Black Knights from your drop zone into this card's soul. So potentially up to 7.
Not bad.
Actually,
Not bad.
It doesn't. I don't believe it says Black Knight monsters. So I believe Death Gauge Timer is also a Black Knight.
Yes, it is.
So you could also use that if you'd like to.
But it's also every attribute in Darkness Dragon World.
Choose a monster or item on your opponent's field. This is a counteract skill. Choose a monster or item. Put a number of cards equal or more to that card's critical from this card's soul to the bottom of your deck in any order. If you do, destroy that card. This is objectively better than the original Grottos.
Yes.
Because you can also target items, and it's more flexible because it's based off of critical, not based off of size.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be your buddy, also important. But the best thing about it isn't the stat boost or the fact that you can technically get a little bit more cards in the soul using shenanigans with set spells. The big thing is the rarity. Man, it's a rare.
Wait, hold on. So we go from the triple rare SP rarity of size 2 Grottos
to a rare size 3 that will be great for budget players.
Wow.
If it was a triple rare, I'd say it was pretty bad. But as a rare, it's a phenomenal pull. So
I don't know. It could still work as a triple.
You'd have to buff it a little bit, in my opinion. Any other comments on Darkness Dragon World? Your thoughts?
I just have to talk about playstyles. Abigail's switching over from mill. Mill's still going to be there. Don't get me wrong.
Especially with there's an item that mills, or it doesn't mill, but when you mill, you get to burn a damage once per turn. That's cool.
It's turning into a more of a weird mill plus burn plus basically set spells and so forth and so
Which
on.
I'm hoping the entire point with using Obituary and all that shenanigans is I'm hoping to move the deck more towards control.
Exactly. It's turning more into a control deck, which coming out of straight from left field, I ain't going to lie, man. Like, I did not see that coming. I thought they would have gone more aggro with it, but
we've seen that control decks that can still hit hard are great. You know, look at Fifth Omnis or Shadow Shades.
Well,
you know,
Fifth Omni, that
72 Pillars.
You can't really talk about Fifth Omnis because they're Fifth Omnis. They're always going to be control and always hit strong and always be tier 1.
So overall, there aren't that many cards for Darkness Dragon World in this set.
Yeah, not too many, but
what we've
just
got,
enough to actually give them a nice little boost.
What we've got is really good. I'm going to save the one card I really want to talk about for later. You know the one. I hope.
Maybe.
All right. What are we going to move on to?
Let's move on into, let's see here. Let's go into Hero World. Zetta.
Disclaimer, I'm not an expert on Hero World. It's probably the world I have the least amount of experience with. That being
I would have
said,
loved to have you here. No problem. Yes. You would have been awesome.
Yeah, you would have been great to have on.
You, next time. We'll get you.
That being said, I think Zetta's really cool.
Zetta. Besides the fact he's a new deck, but not a new deck because of the triple deck, which is a whole different controversy in itself.
Right, and we
won't get into that.
But we just got him. He's still
fresh. He's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, except
not
Hero.
Will Smith.
Not Will Smith. Because Will Smith is not a shell of himself. Oh, wait. Foreshadowing.
So how do you feel about Zetta?
Which one are we talking about?
I knew you were going to say that. All of them.
All of them? The one from the triple decks. Oh, I want to swear so bad. Not that great. The one that gains crit, that's a whole separate deck. Mwah, just beautiful. That's the one you're going to be running. Then you have the Element Zeta, which is going to mainly focus on the Dark Hero aspect, and you're not going to run Gem Clone, in my opinion. I feel it's going to be a Zeta and Dark Heroes and so forth, so you can do a little bit more shenanigans with it, which also is going to be mwah.
So you see really like 3 different decks? Like a Elemental deck, a Impact Monster deck using Gem Clone, and
Origin Breaker.
Okay. So one that's more rush focused.
One's going to be more the main focus of what Bushiroad was trying to do. the element focus, which is going to keep it mainly on the hero world side, so it doesn't have to rely on other worlds and so forth. Then Origin Breaker. But we'll get into Origin Breaker.
So Zetta's good stuff, though.
Zetta's good. Zetta's good. So is Gem Clone.
Yes. I think the deck's overall really good stuff, but it's going to be a little while before we really figure out what's best for the deck. Kind of like when Dragonide first came out, there were so many options that it took a while for a good playstyle to really be refined out of it.
The thing I want to try to figure out is the right combination of Zettas. It's so weird saying Zettas. All right. Trying to find the right combination, because typically you're going to run 4, but I kind of want to run 6 of them just to have something else, but I don't want to mix the element and the new Zetta coming out. It's probably going to be the old one because it's going to be the best 2 of option for them, or if they create more Zettas, it's like trying to figure out the right ratio there.
Or just run a bunch of spells that search for him.
But there's only really one.
Yeah.
If he was a brave machine, it would be perfect.
All right, so what's next then? I hear word
Droids.
of another new archetype. Droids.
From America.
What can we say about droids?
Indestructible.
Yeah. All right, so next.
Wait. One more thing. Brave machine. If you watch the anime, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. I see droids faring pretty well competitively. They've got
I feel like they're going to be an instant 1.5.
They've got the backbone of
Hero World.
Hero World, your hyper energies, your call super machines. That alone makes them good. And the fact that they're not targeted by destruction,
And
that's great. And their big boss card is kind of ridiculous if the deck's built right.
wait, which one?
What is he, the size 3?
Well, there's 2 size 3s.
I don't know the name.
Well, which one? The one that lets you look at the top 5
That
or the one that you'll mainly ride?
The top 5 one.
The top 5 one? That's not the boss card.
Okay.
I don't know. It might be. Who knows?
That's what I consider the boss. I consider
it's,
the finisher.
What is his name? Gigantadroid, whatever their full name is. Droid. It's not big because that's the one that you'll mainly ride.
It's something.
Something. Look at the top 5 cards. If there's, I want to say 2 Brave Machines in it, burn 2 to your opponent. Look at it real quick.
One eternity later.
All right, doesn't matter. Like, there's a certain number that you have to get for the base one, but if all 5 are Brave Machine, you burn 5 damage, which... Wow.
Which you could just build a Brave Machine deck with no cards in it that aren't Brave Machines if you wanted. I mean, you can still run Call Super Machine. You can still run Hyper Energy.
Well, they're Brave Machines.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's just going to be your nullifies that are going to be a little sketchy because you probably won't want to run I've seen through your moves.
And any sideboard cards too, probably.
Yeah.
But still, the chances are real good of getting that off.
Muy bueno.
So I see some potential there. But what about other stuff?
Let's see. Let me see what I got. Super heroines.
Superheroines, they're not getting very much support. Only
They're still getting
cards?
support.
3 cards?
2 or 3 cards.
Something like that.
One of the cards is very controversial. I don't know how I feel about it completely yet.
Is that Blazer Frill?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, she's.
It seems better, but doesn't seem better all at the same time.
Yeah, I think Soul Guard is kind of useless for superheroines, but then again, she might be useful. I don't know.
Not necessarily. You can technically combo that off with Mask Vantage because you could technically just drop her soul and keep her on the field while he enters and all the shenanigans and all that good stuff. But it's the fact that she's not gaining you gauge when she attacks and destroys a monster. It's just when she enters, which I'm not too happy about. But now she has double attack, which is better. But it's still
the double
weird.
attack is nice, but I don't see that many people running her, especially not at 4 as a 4 of.
God, no.
Maybe a decent Tekken.
Yeah, sideboard if anything. And I think it loses the move.
No, I think she still has move.
Does she still have move? I'm not sure. I know double attack Soul Guard. I thought there was only...
She still has move.
She still has move? All right. That's good. Then what else we got here? Superheroes. Well,
Got a reprint real quick of Rescue Dragon Mothbraver.
That was the next thing I was getting to was Rescue Dragons, because there's also a new one.
Yes.
Because you have the reprint, which the art looks interesting on Mothbraver. And I want to hold the card to actually be the judge of that.
I think it was long needed.
Oh,
but
it's long overdue.
by this point, it's so overdue, it's not as beneficial as it would have been if we had gotten it previously.
No, I still have to disagree.
It's still
it's still useful in all decks. It doesn't specify just being in a Rescue
it's
Dragon.
still useful, but with the one issue being that Hero World's got a lot more useful nullifies than they used to, so it's not as useful as it would be if we had gotten it 6 months ago.
He's not really a nullify, especially if, say, the monster has penetrate still. That's still going to hurt you. It's really just...
He's a pseudo nullify.
Yeah, he's a pseudo nullify.
But still good that we have it, so he's there as an option.
Still good. Still very good.
But Rescue Dragons, people actually care about them?
Hey. Rescue Dragon Drum, even though he only became that after learning the word.
Which was the stupidest thing ever, but...
It was the funniest thing ever. You can't lie about that. It was really stupid, but it was funny. What else do we got for Hero World? What else?
Ride Changers?
RCs? Oh, yeah. Goodness.
Transformers?
No. Stop it, Jacob.
Stop it, or Michael Bay will... Oh.
He will blow us up. Oh, trying to do sound effects myself. Yes, they're getting new ride changes. And a size 0 ride changer that I hope pulls the deck together, because I built the deck. I still have the deck. I'm just... There was just something missing about them, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And hopefully these cards pull them together. I really do.
We've got a couple other archetypes getting minimal support. There's a new Geigrander.
Geigrander 03.
Yes.
Draw.
It's just draw power, and it's decent.
And honestly, I feel Geigrander is the better item switching superhero versus the other other group that got so far one card to it. Guardian.
Guardians?
No. Cardian.
Yeah, Guardians, meh.
It's
a good budget deck, to be fair.
It is. No. Guardian speed mode's very hard to get. That's the only thing that really makes that deck a little bit more on the expensive side.
I don't believe we got a single Battle Poet.
Yeah, but they were kind of complete, though.
Yeah.
Wait, no?
Did we?
I think there is one. I think there is.
We're experts on this stuff, so who cares?
Yes, we're experts. We don't care.
Any the final thoughts on Hero World?
No.
Unlike Darkness Dragon World, which was really focused on one thing with a little bit of support for Black Knights thrown in, it's really a little bit of support for everything. And
mainly because they have reprints and already all the other cards, the backbone for them already, so they don't really need
I kind of would have
huge support, but they still need some support.
It the other way if it was just, support for one or two archetypes, but that's just
yeah,
me.
a little bit more focus would have been nice, but I think the main focus is going to be the droids in it, and then you just kind of have the sprinkle in of the ride changes. And
the nice thing is the singles for some of these will probably be pretty cheap.
Hopefully.
And what's next?
What's next? Let's skip around into...
We do the fun one?
Dungeon?
Dude, I wanted to talk about Black Dragons just because there's something unique about them, but by far, as we've gotten spoilers for this set over the past, 2 months or so, it's
2 months.
Been the Dungeon World stuff that's most exciting.
Are you sure it's Dungeon World and not It's a Trap?
It's a trap!
Wait, we won't get copyright claims on that, right?
I hope not.
Oh, goodness.
Christian, can you just put that meme on the thumbnail for this video, please? Thanks. And so you mentioned traps.
Oh, it's going to be a fun deck to build. So far, only 3 monsters that we know of, but I feel that's all.
They're not important.
But wait. Their boss monster is.
Yes.
Because he ties into the important piece.
Which is?
No, spells.
Oh,
Trap spells.
We've had trap spells before, but they were really just a random thing thrown onto Dungeon World's good destruction
This
spells.
was like, you activated my trap card. Yay.
And now you have trap.
Now it is real.
It is real and it's scary.
And it is fun.
Their big boss card is good. He does, what is it, burn one?
It is burn one and draw one for a trap spell. And I believe it's once per turn.
Yeah.
Which,
And,
otherwise, he'd be broken. Let's be real. Let's be real. If it was unlimited, he'd be broken.
I'm going to give another shout out card, if you don't mind. Another good one.
Another good one.
I'm not sure on the rarity of this. It's not actually filled out at the moment, so we'll see. But this is another dual card.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Dungeon World, Danger World.
Ah.
Yes. And it is a trap spell card. And so you're going to use it in this deck no matter what, and you're going to use it because it's amazing as well. You may only cast this card if your life is 6 or more. Kind of meh on that, but it's an early game thing. It's really meant as a setup card.
I see the uses in Tyrants.
I don't think Trap has any healing at all, besides maybe Divine Protection or Salsana, so you're going to be using it early.
Yeah.
Here's the effect. Destroy a monster on your opponent's field. Already good. Not a counter, but for free, pop a monster. I'd take that any day.
Oh, yes.
And place cards from the top of your deck into your gauge equal to that card's size.
Wait. Destruction and gauge gain?
Yes.
Plus
On
the potential burn and draw?
On one card. Oh, it's so good, man. So you pop that size 3 your opponent's walling. Sure, you only pop it once, and then gain 3 gauge. Great! Holy cow, that's a phenomenal card.
That is just fantastic. That is beautiful.
It is great, but it's also really balanced because of the 6 life thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give Bushiroad credit on that. That's a really good card.
Yes. What else can come from these traps? Why not a little bit of a mixture with them?
You're talking about tech. You want to mix them with vanilla adventurers. Yeah,
not necessarily vanillas, but
well, I say vanilla meaning stuff that's not specialized.
Yeah.
In other words, Tetsuya.
Yes. Because there's just so much that you can do with that. You can get into key pieces faster. Just laugh at your opponent. It's going to be a nice little troll deck.
So when we were looking over all this stuff for this, you took claim to Trap. You're like, I love you. You're like, I like Trap.
Whoa,
I love them. I kiss them every night.
No. No.
You're interested in building Traps.
Christian took claim to Traps. They eventually grew upon me. It was just like, all right. Like, I wasn't too interested in this set. Like, I kind of jumped away from Sun Dragons now that they feel like knights, and I'm just like,
we'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
I like some things about Traps. I'm not going to play them, but I love the art on the actual monsters.
Oh, yes, very
And some of these spells will be easily techable into other decks. But the other new archetype is the one that just made me go, I need this in my life.
Did it make you go B?
It did.
Ozons!
Oh my gosh, dude. I love Ozons.
Yes.
They're okay. The deck's stupid.
No. It is ingenious.
But it's also really stupid.
Yes.
But I love it. It's not going to be a serious competitive deck. I don't see.
Well, whoa.
Wait, if
that's
mummies
what people,
can be a
that's what
competitive
people thought
deck,
about mummies.
if mummies can be a competitive deck, I suppose anything can be.
Yes.
But they focus kind of on reviving.
Well, they are undead.
But we really don't have very many of them.
We have 4.
But really, the only card you need to care about, surprisingly, not Ozen B. It's Ozen Z. It's their current
Just
big...
skip to the end of the alphabet.
Yep.
Why don't you? Jeez.
Their big boss card, size 3. He's a 9/2/3. Look at that defense, man. 3,000 defense. Call cost, pay 2 gauge and put 3 monsters with Ozen in its card name to your drop zone. When this card is put into your drop zone from the field, if you do not have Ozen Z on your field, okay, I guess that's to work around somehow giving it Soul Guard? Maybe? I don't know. Call this card from your drop zone without paying its call cost. Then he has double attack and lifelink 1.
So basically,
he's the zombie.
Once
that
you get
never
him
dies.
out, that eventually kills you.
Yeah, because the lifelink or someone doing penetrator spectre strike will kill you. But it's just funny because he never dies, and you can still support him with size zeros. And
Yeah, that's true.
It's just gonna be a fun deck, I think.
It's gonna be a crazy fun deck.
Uh,
Ozan B for the win.
The only other card I really want to call out for the deck is Rolling Punch, which
You mean a certain word slap?
a B slap.
Yes, B slap.
We'll be polite just in case there are kids listening. But
Yeah, they're old enough.
the art is probably my favorite art in Buddyfight ever. And that's saying something because Buddyfight is great art. But it's a spell, not a trap.
No!
If there are 2 or more monsters with Ozin in its card name on your field, you may choose not to pay the call cost of this, or cast cost, of this card. Its typical cast cost is discard 2 dungeon enemies from your hand, and its counter, destroy a monster on your opponent's field. So if you have 2 Ozins on the field, which is pretty easy to do, free counter pop a monster, yes.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Just beautiful.
That being said, there are no other new archetypes,
Not any new ones in.
but there's some that are being just upgraded and some that are being kind of reinvented.
And Lords.
See, I wanted to go for Knights first, man.
I think people would be a little bit more interested in Demon Lords.
All right, Demon Lords. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The thing that
Reset button. Oh. Oh.
No. The thing that got people excited from the moment we saw the first art from this set, which had a character on it that was kind of familiar. Miseria.
Reset button? Oh.
Yeah, Miseria. We have a new Miseria. It is not an Omnilord. It is a dual card for Dungeon World and Legend World. It relies on 2 specific set spells in order to, well, not set spell. One's a set spell, one's a normal spell. 2 spells to get it on the field that are both dual world cards. And you guys like Fenrir and how it played? Well, this is that, but actually
Plus Miseria.
It's really amazing because it mixes Miseria's or Kiri from the anime, his 2 play styles together.
Well, he's Miseria, though.
Right. If you don't count, when he played Danger World like a scrub.
Hey. Yeah, it's Modai.
But it combines the combo style of Asgard, where you just do this combo to get a big ol' size 3 that swings for an absurd amount of damage on the field. And if it doesn't work, GG, mate.
Yeah.
If it does work, GG, mate. With the more reserved but build-up style of Demon Lords. So the big thing with him, I'm going to read off him because he's really one of the big highlights of the set, regardless of if he's going to be meta or not. Just mainly because of his stats, man. Power, 20,000.
Whoa.
Critical, 5.
Whoa.
Defense, this was the one that made me kind of go crazy. 20,000.
Wait, no. I can't even right now, guys.
20,000 defense.
I can't even right now.
I mean, sure, there are plenty of ways to get rid of him using destruction or even, bouncing him back to the hand or something, but 20,000 defense.
Oh. What else you got for me?
All right, so he cannot enter the field except by the effect of Mission Complete, super great spell, Apocalypse Day. Thanks for that mouthful. Which is a spell you can cast if you have another spell, the other spell that goes with it, on the field with no cards in its soul, kind of like how Fimbulvinter used to play.
Yes.
And counteract. During your turn, pay 2 gauge and put a spell from your field into the drop zone. If you do, stand this card. This ability can only be activated once per turn, but pop that set spell that's been sitting on your field with no souls that's been useless, and he gets to stand and hit for 5 again.
So basically double attack. Got it.
Yeah. Did I mention he has penetrate?
No. But what's the downside? There has to be a downside.
Yeah. there is a downside. He has lifelink 10.
I said a downsize. Like, downside. Like, this isn't like
Okay.
Tempest Enforcer where it's lifelink lose.
Which is a good thing because you can kind of get out of it by reducing the damage
There's that, or
having more than 10 life. But ouch, lifelink 10. Ooh.
good thing this isn't Magic.
Yeah.
Or bad thing.
It's going to struggle to stay out on the field for very long, but as a finishing play, it's one of the best in the game.
Everyone's going to be ready for that. That deck might be a tier 2, tier 1.5 if it's built correctly, but people are going to sideboard for it. They're going to be ready.
Which one? Because my question is, do you play it in Dungeon World or do you play it in Legend World?
They're going to be ready for both.
All right, fair answer. Can we talk about Knights now?
Fine. Go ahead.
They're just upgraded.
Yeah,
we're done.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Really the only focus is on the items, and
Oh, don't forget about the new El Quijote. Well,
I didn't find him that impressive.
I was talking about the impact monster.
Okay, yeah,
I wasn't talking about the
He's
upgrade
all right.
one that's actually not that good compared to the original, but that's the point.
if you want to know more about Knight,
The items
not
are
that
cool.
exciting.
Items are cool.
The items are cool. I like the art of them. Best
The
part.
SP art? Oh,
Yes,
God.
best part is the art. Woohoo. But
Thought
Really,
Bushiroad was done? No. They-
really, that's it for Dungeon World.
yeah.
Are
Well,
you ready for the boring? I mean,
I think that wraps up Shine Super Sun Dragon, you know.
oh,
I
no, we
think-
got generic cards, man.
Oh, yeah, the generic cards.
Two of them.
2 of them so far. There
And,
might be more.
They're good.
Yes, one that
Oh.
will probably be a staple.
One's a
in-
soul killer.
One's a soul killer. The other one's life gauge and life gain, which I think is going to be the new devil stigma for black dragons. Yeah, but I think that wraps that about Sun Dragon. I forgot about Dragon World.
Why you steal an adventurer's playstyle? Why you do this? Why, Sun Dragons? You couldn't stick with one of your 6 playstyles you already took? Huh?
Sun Dragons.
Come on. Why you do this?
Well, let's start off with a not new deck playstyle. Mara Blade. I find it stupid. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, we got two or three Dragon Knights. Remember
That are
Dragon
just
Knights?
upgrades. Yo, I see plays. I forget what one of them's called, but basically he allows you to call a size 1. Dragon Knight Maximilian.
Yes, just
For
spam
days.
the Maximilians, man.
Charge and draw, charge and draw, charge and
Plus the set spell, man.
Oh god, it's just too much broken.
Just have a deck that does nothing but charge and drawing.
Hey, Dragon Knight's the most consistent in drawing and engaging.
All right, Sun Dragons.
Which one? Which one? Ball Sun Dragons?
Yes.
Ball
In
Sun
all
Dragons.
seriousness, they got some good support, but they already had good support.
Oh,
so-
you mean the new 5th Omnis, right?
Yeah, it's really not anything special because it's already so good. But why you steal an adventurer's playstyle? What the heck?
Well, to be fair, that was like the last set with the whole link attack stuff. They're kind of moving on into when your opponent's monsters are destroyed now, especially with their size zeros. But damn, Sun Dragons have turned into 5th Omnis. Like they're gonna be a forever tier 1.
All right. Now that we're here, it's my turn.
Oh, wait, your turn. You
So
don't
remember
get a turn.
earlier when I said there was a card I wanted to talk about?
Whoa.
Can I do that? It's cool. It's not cool.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Let's wait on that. Let's wait a little bit.
All right.
Let's talk about original 5th Omni. So 2s and 1s and 0s. They got one new card. I forget what it does when you take damage, but I think it drops gauge or something like
I
that.
don't even care about Fifth Omni
Well,
support
wait,
anymore.
there's one more. You have 5th Omni size 3s. There's a new size 3. Yeah, yippee-doo-doo-da-day.
Blah, blah,
5th
blah.
Omni is forever going to be a tier 1. They might bump down to tier 1.5 some millennia, but they'll get there. All right. So that covers all of that.
Way I see it, we have two things to cover still. And no, not more generic cards, sorry.
Damn it.
One is one particular card I want to call out, and one is one of the most important parts of the discussion of this set. A certain card that's going to get printed a couple different times in this set.
All right. This is your option.
Mhm.
Start with the bad news.
Okay. In my opinion, this set has one of the worst double rares I've ever seen.
Oh,
And
why you do double rare so bad?
so I'm going to pull it up. And in theory, it sounds like a good card, but I don't think so. Okay. This is called Sun in the Darkness. It is a Dragon World, Darkness Dragon World dual card. You may only cast this card if you have a Sun Dragon or Black Dragon on your field. So there's a restriction on it.
It ain't too hard to get off. Okay. Okay.
Draw a card, which you're not actually gaining any cards, you're just recycling one.
Okay.
Then, if you or your opponent has 8 or more cards in the drop zone, another restriction, put the top card of your deck into the gauge.
All right. All right.
Oh my god, that's so bad. Please.
Wait, it's for an uncommon, right?
It's a double rare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a double rare that has 2 different restrictions on it. Granted, they're not the hardest restrictions to get off in the world, but if I have restrictions on my cards, I want something good in exchange. And you're just gaining 1 card in hand. You're not even gaining hand advantage because it's just a refresh, and you're gaining 8 gauge. Needless to say, I'm probably going to pull like 20 of these because I've got really bad luck with pulling
Yes, you
cards
do.
I hate.
Yes, you do.
So I'm quite mad about this card. I really am. It had a chance at being something really creative and clever,
Uncommon.
but it's but it's not.
And now, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the card that the set's really named off of.
Sun deity?
Yes. No.
Good job. You caught yourself that time.
Super Sun Dragon Ball Soleil. Soleil?
Soleil.
Soleil? Whatever. Soleil. It's
If you guys know,
name.
let us know. Let us know. Let us know.
So this card is, I think it's a triple rare.
Triple rare.
Yeah, it's a triple rare, but a rare, and the
Platinum rare.
and maybe an SP. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe.
And an SP.
Quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, quote you on that. Remember, guys, quote him. Quote him.
I'm gonna get 10 platinum rares in one box, so who cares?
Yes.
This card's interesting because it is a. Are you ready for the big shocker? It is a Dragon World and Darkness Dragon World card.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
just like the last one. Oh, it's also a Star Dragon World card.
You mean Jackknife World?
It's a triple world card.
Triple world cards.
Are you ready for the good stuff though? 7/2/7 on a size 3 is average.
Yes.
Pay 2 gauge and put a monster from your field into this card's soul.
Okay.
Not too bad on the call
A
cost.
little bit on the Sun Dragon side there. Okay.
If this card has a card in its soul, which it will when it enters the field unless your opponent counters, damage you would take is reduced by 1. Okay, that's nice. And this card gets +1 critical. It also has double attack.
Okay.
So you get 3 crit double attack for 2 gauge and killing a monster on your field. And it's got Soul Guard. And it's got a card in the soul. And it reduces damage by 1. Good card, right? Decent?
Decent.
Counter. Act. You may pay 1 gauge. If you do, destroy a monster in your opponent's center.
So it's not taking any qualities from Darkness Dragon World?
It's a 3 crit double attacker, which we've seen a couple of in Darkness Dragon World. Maybe that. Let's talk about how this card is pretty good. It's got the control of counter popping a center, which will basically force your opponent to play open center against it, and good luck wall decks. Especially since, notice I didn't say once per turn. And
Holy.
yeah. And even Darkness Dragon World, which has gauge problems if you're playing Black Dragons, which aren't that bad. Okay, please don't quote me in the comments saying, "Oh, you said that black dragons have gauge issues. No, mine doesn't." I'm like, no, they just don't have that much excess gauge. I don't see it being played very much in Darkness Dragon World, maybe as a one-of tech or a sideboard card. I could see it getting decent play in Jackknife Dragon World. I can see it getting decent play in Dragon World, but here's the thing.
What is this thing?
It's a Sun Dragon, Black Dragon, Neo Dragon.
No,
Emphasis-
stop it. Stop
Now
it.
you're seeing where I'm
Stop
going
it.
with this.
Stop it.
Boom! Best Dragonine/Dragon's Y card ever. Bushiroad, why you do this? Give them an absolutely epic size 3. That's a great backup to Ozzy Dahaka in either deck. And it's not like they have gauge issues, because you've got plenty of cards that can ramp up the gauge. When you have Blue Dragon Shield, you've got to, at least, okay, I'm talking Dragonine, because you can't have that in Dragon's Y. You got Tsuku, which a lot of people run. You've got plenty of cards. You've got Kaitis Greed. You've got plenty of cards that can help bring that gauge up. I can see it being run in those decks easily. Dalton?
Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of TCG Buzz.
I broke Dalton.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and why you have to do this?
Not only did I figure this out and mention it, but now everyone else knows.
Great. Now, Dragonine's going to be back in meta, and everyone's going to blame Jacob Jones for this.
You can blame me for that. I'm fine with that.
Which Springfest/regionals are you going to be going to this next time around?
Springfest anymore, remember?
Or what? I don't.
Spring Circuit, man.
Yeah, Spring Circuit. Which one are you going to be going to?
I don't know.
Maybe Chicago?
All of them.
All of them? You're going to go to all of them? So you guys have plenty of chances to beat them if you wanted to play a different deck and you get swamped by this Ball Soleil in Dragonine or Dragon's Y.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching this video and sitting through it. I'm sure we ran a little bit longer than we wanted to, but there was so much to cover in this set.
There was.
Really great set, and I'm excited to open a couple boxes of it maybe on our channel. And let us know if you want to see us do more of these videos where we go over different sets.
These, you're not going to give it like a name?
Let's
call them previewing sets.
Set overviews is what I prefer. What do you think? You guys tell us what to call them. I don't know. We're
Come up
stupid.
with a name for this, man. We need a name.
Come on, guys.
But yeah, remember, like, subscribe, blame Jacob for everything, comment,
And we're out.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.